Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and today we are on the eve of Saturday night's main event, where we will see main event Jey Uso YEET taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, the last time we had a Saturday night's main event, I talked about the possibility of Kevin Owens defeating Cody Rhodes and where they can go with that story. And I wanted to give the same treatment here for the possibility, let's be honest here, we didn't really think that they'd give Jey the Intercontinental Championship because he was always the guy that seemingly was coming up short in championship matches, but then they finally gave him the Intercontinental Championship, even though they might have took it from him too soon. But will they, or could they give him the World Heavyweight Championship on Saturday night? In the grand scheme of things, Jey Uso is one of the most popular stars in the WWE. I mean, y'all, do you not see his entrance? I mean, the fans are with Jey. They yeet alongside him during his entrance. That's why they incorporate Jey coming through the crowd during his entrance, so that it's interactive with the fans. And right now, if you were to put the world title on him, even for what is this? Saturday night main event, Royal Rumble next Saturday, February 1st. I mean, even if you were to do something where Jey loses the title to Gunther again on an episode of Raw a couple weeks later after the Rumble, okay, cool. He had the Intercontinental title for a couple weeks, then he lost it back to Braun Breaker. So, I mean, what's the harm in doing the same thing here? Now, obviously, if this were to happen, I don't expect Jey to go all the way to WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion, even though I will say, if he did, there is some good rivalry and matches they could do, like Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso, but this time for the world title. Maybe Jey versus Sammy. Jey versus John Cena. There's ways they can go, and I don't expect them to do that, but the exciting possibility of there being a new world champion crowned at Saturday night's main event is just enticing, because this Triple H era, I think one of the biggest downsides to this whole new era that we are in right now is these long title reigns. And I said this before when I was talking about Kevin Owens potentially beating Cody Rhodes at the last Saturday night's main event. I said these long title reigns, they work, but not everybody needs long title reigns. It's okay to hot potato the titles, especially because people are still fresh in their mind the 1,316 day reign of Roman Reigns. So now you have Cody Rhodes, who is potentially going to have the title for a whole year. Gunther's had the title since SummerSlam. We saw Damian Priest hold it from WrestleMania when he cashed in to SummerSlam. So Seth Rollins, when he became the first World Heavyweight Champion, he held that title all the way through WrestleMania. So, it was I think, what was it, King of the Ring he won? Or no, Clash of Champions. He won it, and then he held that title all the way through WrestleMania when he didn't need to. I talked about it again. There was Seth could have easily just dropped the title to Finn or to Shinsuke Nakamura, and he could have got the title back but at least it would have felt like, okay, this is different. This is not Roman's title. This isn't SmackDown. This is the title that can actually change hands at any given moment. And, when WWE brought back Saturday Night's Main Event, I feel like, to me, they were missing that moment of unpredictability. Fans right now, I think, are kind of looking at this show and going, why should we tune in, right? Like, Kevin Owens beating Cody Rhodes for the title last time would have been what the fans were looking for in terms of, oh, I need to tune in because anything can happen. And that's really what wrestling is built around, is this whole aura of anything can happen at any given time. I mean, like I said, when Jey Uso won the Intercontinental Championship, it came out of the blue. Like, nobody was expecting it. So, yeah, Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight title on Saturday Night's Main Event. Yeet. I mean, it could happen. Look, here's the thing. Gunther right now, he's not where he was after he won King of the Ring, after he won the title of SummerSlam. He's kind of dropped down a little bit. And he doesn't feel like a world champion. Like, it's not the Gunther that we saw with the Intercontinental Championship. And maybe similar to Damian Priest, where Damian Priest had to lose the title in order for his character to kind of move forward and develop more, that maybe, just maybe, in the same vein as Damian Priest, Gunther needs to lose the World Heavyweight title to Jey Uso in order to kind of get back to the Gunther that we all love and know, that was the Intercontinental Champion for 666 days. So, I mean, maybe that's what we need, to where Gunther can then come back and regain the title from Jey Uso later on down the line, and then we can get back to whatever storyline for WrestleMania Gunther has. But, again, when you look at how popular Jey Uso is, and again, I kind of look at this similar to Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry just became the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And TNA kind of dropped the ball, where they kind of missed the moment of giving Joe the title. Because Joe Hendry's popularity, I mean, he's still popular, don't get me wrong. And I still love Joe Hendry. I still believe in Joe Hendry. And I believe he is going to be in the Royal Rumble next Saturday. But they missed the mark. They missed the moment, the timing. And with Jey Uso, it just feels like the timing is always being missed with Jey when it comes to the moment of when things should happen. Like, Jey beating Roman at SummerSlam 2023 was a perfect moment for Jey to win the title. Even if Roman would have got the title back, it would have been a cool moment and would have done at least something. But it does feel like Jey is the guy to a lot of fans that just comes up short. And having him in a world title match again, fans don't really feel confident. They're like, why are we going to watch if we know Jey is going to lose, That's why I do think, more so than I thought Kevin Owens should have beaten Cody Rhodes at the last Saturday Night's Main Event, I think Jey Uso needs to actually beat Gunther. Because, as I said, I think this could be something to help Gunther and his character, because him losing the title could be what he needs to get back to being the ring general and I can't really do the accent right. But also, this could be the moment you give for Jey, at least for a couple weeks, of to where you have Jey as a world champion, and then you could go on and do something else with him afterwards, and Gunther gets the title back. But what if Gunther has other plans? What if we go back in time and we pull a Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar from No Way Out 2004? Because Raw is in Atlanta on Monday. And the last time WWE was in Atlanta was Bad Blood. And we saw what happened with Gunther and WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg. Now, Goldberg has said he's going to do one more match. Now, supposedly, I'm assuming that's going to be a WrestleMania. But I don't think they would tease the confrontation the way they did if they weren't planning some kind of Goldberg-Gunther match. And what if maybe before Saturday night's main event, maybe you have Goldberg there in San Antonio. I know it's in San Antonio, it's not in Atlanta, and Raw's in Atlanta. But what if Goldberg's there as a special guest? He's just watching, or he's backstage. And maybe there's a confrontation between Gunther and Goldberg, or Gunther maybe takes out Goldberg before the show or something. I don't know. And then during the match, we get a spot where the referee gets bumped. He takes a ref bump. And then Goldberg, just like he did to Brock Lesnar, he goes into the ring. He spears Gunther. Jey Uso goes up top. Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. New World Heavyweight Champion. You do exactly what you did with Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar, but with Gunther instead. And that's how Jey becomes a champion, and then you can set Gunther apart or off to go and face Goldberg for WrestleMania. So, yeah. Comment below. Do you guys think that the WWE will give Jey Uso the World Heavyweight title at Saturday night's main event? Comment below. Yeet if you think he's going to win the World Heavyweight title. No yeet if you think he's going to lose and come up short again. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.
Ringside Cinema, where the battles roar. Ringside Cinema, legends at the core. Tune in, feel the rush. Wrestling meets the screen. Ringside Cinema, living out the dream. Living out the dream. Living out the dream. Lights down, time to go. Cheers for heroes we know. Ringside forever. Oh. Wrestling never